Hey everyone, Disappointed Giant here. Welcome to another long play that's going to be a little bit different. We're going to be working with some pretty heavy restrictions here, so we're going to check this out. So I'm on a second save file. You can see I only have 17 runs. I don't have a lot of stuff unlocked compared to the one on the left there. And we're going to check out custom mode. So all we're using for this run is what is available by default. So I don't have a damn thing unlocked. The only thing I have unlocked by accident is the Explorer's outfit, which you'll see here in a sec, because I had somehow finished the game without taking any trap damage at some point. So we got the Explorer's outfit, but everything else, nothing else I should say, nothing else is unlocked. So we're only using default items here. And I only got $1,500 from gold reserves. We'll talk about that in a little bit. So wanted to get those extra items at the beginning. We're going to check the binoculars. So here is what is available to us. The only weapon we got outside of the default kit is a symmetrical lance. It's there because it gets added by default. Once you beat 0BC, it hits your item pool. You can't change it. So we have to have that in there. But like you saw from the beginning, everything else is only the default items. So I'm looking here. So throwing knives, the quad damage throwing knives would be my normal move 100% of the time. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to use brutality items that are mostly focused on brutality gameplay, right? Speaking of, just to show you how little is here, I didn't even hit the Hollow Knight lower room. That's like one of the first things you see after a couple runs. I think we also see the Panchaku room as we get through here later. But yeah, I wanted to, yes, I did. I wanted to lean into the brutality side of things, just so that way I knew for tactics, I wanted to focus on more of the stuff like that, throwing knives, firebrands, because it's more suited to tactics gameplay. I actually recorded that video earlier, so we got that one down as well. Oh, and I didn't mention it. We're doing all three. We're doing all three stats. This is brutality. I got a tactics one done, and I'm going to be recording a survival one too. So we're going to do all the stats here. So the goal, one other thing too, just as a heads up, I edited this video. None of the combat or fighting or whatever is edited out, but I think we'll see it here. There's going to be a little, yep, there it is. So I cut out parts of the video that weren't, I didn't think were important, right? So what are we talking about? We're talking about going back to get food and stuff after clearing the biomes. We're talking about going down the long hallways in the ossuary that are inconsequential, just stuff like that, loading screens or whatever. I tried to make the transitions. Oh, here we go. First challenge rift. And this is a very lucky run. We'll talk more about it as we do it. But I tried to make the transitions as seamless as possible. I think I'm not even going to try to predict them. There's a few of them. We're hitting the shop here real quick. We get trolled, right? There's only one entrance. I think speedrunners call it the troll shop, when you go in there thinking that you can keep going through and you get stuck. So we hit the shop, nothing there. I don't think we're going to buy anything there. And yeah, so like I said, making the transitions as smooth as I can. Again, cutting out loading screens, stuff that just doesn't matter. So you're gonna see some awkward but kind of cool transitions where I will use a teleporter and then end up in a shop, or I will leave. I don't know. I'll go into a boss door and I'll come out teleporting in the middle of somewhere. So I tried to make it interesting while also making it so that way for the 15th or 20th time or whatever it is, you don't have to see me going down a corridor and being like, well, here we are on the ossuary. This has long corridors. Malaise builds up, blah, 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 right? You've all heard me say it 1,000 times. So I cut out a bunch of stuff. So hopefully the transitions and things aren't disruptive. And also, if you don't mind, let me know what your thoughts are on this, right? So if you think it's a good idea or you like it, let me know. I can definitely do this more in the future outside of this series here that I'm going to do. Because yeah, like I said, I feel like with the long plays, it's easy. I just record and I pop it in an iMovie or whatever. But if this is something that people are interested in, I can do this too. So just let me know. So we got our first challenge roof. We got our first lucky moment of the run. Another thing I do is I speed through challenge roofs. I think it's like double speed or whatever, because you've all seen me do this stuff, and you've probably already done this yourself. You've probably already done this 100 times yourself, right? So you don't need to hear me talk about, well, here's a spike. Oh, I'm gonna roll. Oh, watch the jump. Oh, got triple jump. Right? So there you go. I just explained everything. I just explained everything in whatever it was, right? Less than half the time. So I had initially left this elite room here just to, I thought I was going to get the 30. I did not, obviously. I came back at the end here, and we got ourselves a necklace that lets us be invisible if we don't attack for 5 seconds. So that's going to be helpful because we're going into a cursed biome. So we're coming in here. We don't get the 30 door, but check this out. So you can see here, I unlocked everything I could in the general upgrades. You can see here on bottom right, unlock 6 more items, unlock 11 more items. I have no accessible, those are not accessible to me. But here's all the blueprints that I've collected over the past 17 runs on this save file. Look at this. This is out of control, right? So we're, man, outfits, secret blueprints, enemy drops, boss outfits, boss blueprints. There's so much stuff there, but all we're doing is using all the basic stuff. So here's my second mistake of the run, right? So I didn't bring attention to the first one. So the first mistake is I should not have taken a shield. So because I'm using I am using brutality weapons and items, I should not have taken the shield because that's technically a survival item. So I wasn't thinking about that. They could take a hit here. Yeah. So I wasn't thinking about that in the beginning because this was the first one that I did. I'm like, hey, this is a cool idea, whatever. Oh, we got ourselves another blueprint because I don't have enough to unlock. So I was like, hey, this is, like I said, it was a good idea, whatever it was. And I didn't really have the foresight to, pardon the pun, I didn't have the foresight to not take the shield. I'm going to use a grenade here to kill the sore losers. I've said this a few times. Daniel figured out some tech. Grenades will not give you a curse if you kill the sore loser with them. So I'm going to lean into that for the run. I think we got at least one. I just watched this like 3 hours ago. I already forget. I think we have at least one more curse biome, so that's gonna be useful tech for the most part. So that was my first mistake. First mistake is I took a shield. You see, I'm gonna use it here. You know, the issue. Oh, this is a mess, right? This is what we don't want. We don't want elites. I think there was a protector over there. We got a cursor. Like this is what makes curse biomes such a mess. It's what makes them such a mess. Maybe there wasn't a protector, or maybe I killed it. I don't know. But and then we get the cursor, so you can see here. I'm going to go invisible, and then I'm going to try to attack it, and it doesn't see me, and then it does. Ready? Boop! I still take a hit. I still take a hit, even though I have invisibility, which is so funny. So that was my first mistake, right? So we're going to lean into the shield, I think, for the first. Watch this time cut. Ready? This was sick. Ready? 533, 542. You wouldn't even know that was a cut. You wouldn't even know that was a cut if I didn't say anything. So I'm going to lean away from the shield. I'm going to be using it, I think at least for the first couple biomes, maybe for Concierge fight too. I can't remember, but going to lean into it for a bit, and then we're going to get away from it. Actually going to be dual wielding twin daggers and balance blade at the end of the game. And here's our first good dual stat. So we already have 2 bonus scrolls. I got cursed by I forget what that thing's called there. I got cursed by that. Only one curse. But here we go. So we are already 2 scrolls ahead. This is beautiful, right? Health is good. Health is good. Oh, this is another nightmare. Protector. Cursor. Like, man, I think there's an elite up there, possibly. the runners, what do you call them? Failed experiments. Like, that is a nightmare. So this biome cursed actually kind of sucks. Like, this is not a good one. I mean, curse biomes in general are not good, but this is definitely not a good one. One of the benefits of curse biomes is if you take a curse biome as a replacement for the first one, the necklaces have 3 stats instead of 2. So I guess early on it's beneficial. If you die to a curse in the second biome, it's not that big of a deal. You can just start over, right? But yeah, cursed biomes, not great. So the second mistake that I made is you'll see that I picked up. There we go. Boom. Getting cursed. And there's a sore loser in there. So I think a rat's going to teleport over here, or it's going to, or something, right? It's going to try whatever. I'm going to try to come in here and I throw the trap down and then I try to use my infantry grenade. It's on cooldown. The sinew slicer kills the sore loser. So I end up taking the 3 curse. So in a perfect world, that would not have happened, but I did not plan well. I did not plan well. So we get the curse down to 1. I don't want to engage with that failed experiment. I just, at this point, I'd rather clear the curse and move on, and I feel like there might be a little bit too many variables there that could cause an issue. But luckily for us, we got ourselves a basic archer. That's all. Undead archer, basic archer. Yeah, that archer really likes pumpkin spice lattes. When it's not haunting the prisoner's quarters, it likes to do Pilates. Drives a Volvo. So we had a undead archer pop up. So super sick. So we got to clear that curse relatively easy here. And what we're going to see here, so we're going to see our first legendary of the run here. So spoilers, it's a multi-nox bow. Not a bad legendary. I'm going to recycle it because, you know, technically we could, quote unquote, could use it because it is a, what do you call it? It is part of the default kit. But again, I wanted to lean into the actual brutality. I almost said physical weapons, melee weapons, etc. And I chose not to choose that. I chose not to choose that. That's very funny. That is very funny. I did take it. I found a legendary multi-nox bow in my tactics run, so I do take it. So we're gonna mess around with it there during that one, but didn't take it here. But yeah, again, for God's sake, man, will you get to the point? The point I'm trying to make here is I made 2 mistakes. The second mistake is I took YOLO. So what I should have done, that was a very lucky 60. Somehow that bat got destroyed before it blew up. I took YOLO here. What I should have done is only taken the 3 brutality mutations. So we have combo, we have killer instinct, and we have, what do you call it? Vengeance. So we do take all of those at some point. Because I take YOLO, I think we're going to upgrade here, right? Yeah, we're going to upgrade. Because I take YOLO, I lose that mutation spot, so I can't have all 3 of them at the same time. Again, this is something that I fix in the second video. We only take the tactics mutations. We never re-roll them, etc. But yeah, I took YOLO. I should not have. However, we're going to upgrade here. Yeah, for sure. We're gonna pop an extra couple levels here, going from a 4 up to an 8. Very nice, very nice. I shouldn't have taken it, but it saves us. It saves us at some point. So listen, I guess it could have been worse. If I didn't take it, we might not have actually completed this run. And here we go. We got ourselves another challenge rift. So this is our 3rd good scroll. We haven't even left the 2nd biome here. Gonna grab that scroll. I think I look at the HP for the amulets here. Double tactics is actually less than an extra brutality. So we end up recycling the tactics one, going in double speed here. I think I might flawless this. I think this is also a perfect challenge rift here. What do I got? 10, 12 on my HP. I think we're in good shape. Yeah, man, we got it. So we got our 3 good scrolls, and there's more. There is more. So like I said, this was a super, super lucky, really fun run. As all of my runs do, there's a couple sections that get super hairy, but nothing, nothing too bad. In the run, this was the moment. So I looked at that cudgel, and then that was the moment where I realized, like, oh man, I shouldn't have taken that shield. Shouldn't have taken that shield. So here we go. So we're coming into prison depth. There was nothing. There was nothing in that 60 door. And I'm going to take combo. What I should have done is I should have stopped to upgrade my sinew slicer. It's only a plus. I should have upgraded to an S. You can see the red arrows on top of the sinew slicer. That signifies that it's only a plus. The gold shows S quality here. And here we go. This is our third multi-nox bow in the past like 3 minutes, but don't be surprised. Do not be surprised that we've seen 3 multi-nox bows when there's only like 7 things unlocked, right? There's Go back and look at my custom thing. There's only like 2 items unlocked, so not surprised. We're gonna see a lot of repeats. I don't think we see any legendaries in the wild that are not part of the default kit, but we'll find out. I just watched this thing. Dude, I don't even know. I watched this last night and I took a quick peek again this afternoon. I already forget. Right? Swiss cheese old man brain is already in effect. But we got our curse here in the prison depths. I hate this biome. It's not a goodie. But we cleared it out. Got ourselves the 10 kills here, and I'm just kind of baiting enemies, letting them teleport over to me so I can take them out with my twin daggers. You know, we don't have any ranged attacks here. Again, leaving firebrands and throwing knives for the next video in the series here. So got to put myself a little bit more at danger, or I should say in danger, in order to get some good hits here. So one of the things that I was a little, I don't think surprised is the right word, right? So surprise isn't the right word. One of the things that I found enjoyable, unexpectedly enjoyable, which is basically a surprise, is I had fun with the default items here. So like I said, we took multi-knocks in the tactics run. I'll talk about it more there. That was fun. And twin daggers was actually fun here. And I think, you know, I've said this, I don't know, I've said this 1,000 times. You've all heard it. You've all heard me say it, but it's like every build is viable. You can beat the game, 0, 5, 2BC, whatever. You can beat things with any weapon, right? So it's not like there's one weapon that is you just can't win with. You can win with anything, right? And with the twin daggers, it's something that gets outclassed very easily, very quickly. It's definitely outclassed by Balance Blade right off the bat too, right? Those are the 2 default brutality melee items that pop in. Gets outclassed immediately by that. But once you start unlocking other things, right? You get Pure Nail, you got Baseball Bat, you got Blood Sword, whatever, right? You start unlocking a bunch of other brutality things. This thing just gets, it disappears. It totally disappears, but I had some fun with it. It does some good damage. That third swing ain't bad. That third swing ain't too bad there. So you get that crit, you get like a nice little pushback on it. But I do fairly well. I don't mean me as a player. I mean in general, like as far as items go, I should say the twin daggers do pretty well. I think here, like I think there's a couple of elites. Yeah, look at that. That was quick. And of course, yes, I do have 3 bonus scrolls at this point, but I feel like even with bonus scrolls, prison depths is tough, right? So twin dagger is not bad. I remember there was a reflexive parry there, again, one that I should not have had. Ooh, big hit there. One that I should not have had because I shouldn't have a shield, but yeah, twin daggers does some work, right? So if anything, I feel like this is just more what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know if evidence is the right word. Maybe it is evidence, or proof, or a demonstration that any item can be used to win. Take any item, right? So there we go. So we made it through prison depths. We cleared out the curse, hitting in the ossuary here. There's no kill time or kill door there. And then we're going to grab Vengeance as our next brutality mutation. We're going to slide down here, no loading screen. There we go. So we're taking Vengeance. So again, we're not going to be able to have all 3 brutality mutations at the same time, but we are going to cycle through them as the run goes on. I think I might take Hunter's Instinct after Concierge. I don't know. We'll find out. We'll find out when we get there. But I grab Vengeance so that way, I've taken a few hits. I figure not only is it just a good mutation in general, it's a really good starting mutation, but I figured I'm probably going to take some extra damage. Again, I don't use twin daggers all the time. I'm expecting to fail here and there, so I wanted to take that instead of Hunter's Instinct just to get the little bit of extra protection there. So good news is we find the curse right at the beginning of the biome, so I don't have to curse hunt. I don't have to wait for Explorer's Instinct to pop, and I'm going up and down every pathway trying to find the damn thing. So we got it right off the bat, and we're coming in. I love that. That's so funny. I forgot about that. I just yeet. I 300'd that without the Spartan sandals. 300'd that scorpion down the path there, down the elevator. So we got the curse early, and I might take this one a little bit slow. I think I take a lot of these curses slow. Yeah, so I look there, and I'm like, nope, not interested. I'm going to come up here. I'm going to take out, same thing. Nope. Let's see. Do I go back up? Yeah, I guess I go back up. But I do take these a little bit slow. I do not want to, obviously, number one, I don't want to lose the run. Especially because I don't have Damned Vigor with me. You know, the mutation that will... Oh, that was a close Inquisitor missile. I don't know if you just caught that. It popped like right before it hit me. Wow, the range ran out. That's crazy. But not having Damned Vigor and trying to get some good footage, that will make me take curses pretty slowly. So again, I know there's a couple more. I think we go Sepulcher, and there might be a bonus curse here or there. I can't remember, but we do take them pretty slow. So I'm coming in here to the food shop. Get something else that spawned there. We got one of the zombies from the graveyard. I grabbed the big food, and I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure I just grabbed the cough syrup. Happened so quick. So grab the big food. I'm pretty sure that was a cough syrup because malaise is so it's popping here. Like I just did, I just cut out like 2 minutes of hallways there and there. Yep, and there it is. There's a hit. So we hit the back of the thorny with our melee item. So not good. Not good. Also another reason why the Ossuary curse is tricky, because those dudes they're around, man. They are available to ruin your run. They're just hanging out, waiting to make things bad for you. So luckily, using Sinew Slicer gets some of that trap damage, not needing to engage with the melee hit. That's super helpful, but you got to be careful. I feel like those things turn around right when you do not expect them to. Man, yeah, so right there, you can see there's a little bit of hesitation when I went down there to engage with the thorny there. I just didn't want to deal with it. Didn't want to deal with it. And another thing, this is like the weirdest thing. So I feel like you folks know, if you're watching this soon after I post it, I've been putting out more videos and stuff. It's been fun. I streamed a few days ago, whatever. I wanted to do something new, which is why I decided to do this series. I figured it'd be like a good showcase, but also like something new for us to explore and sort of see these basic items and everything like that. But it's the weirdest thing, man, because like I've been vibing content again. I've been having fun playing Dead Cells, everything. And there's like this, urgency is not the right word. I just get like this little push, right? I get a little push where I'm like, hey, I want to do this thing. I want to put this video out. I'm really excited, whatever. And it feels like so much time has gone by in like the past week and a half, but it hasn't. It hasn't, right? So I put out a video on Saturday. Today is, what day is today? Today's Wednesday. I put out a video on Saturday, like a few days ago. I streamed Sunday, which was like the day after Saturday, obviously. Just in case you weren't aware, that's how the week is. So there's a weekend, we get Saturday, right after Saturday, we get Sunday. So I streamed on Sunday, put a video out. Boom, look at this. 3rd challenge rift, huh? So this is going to be our 4th good scroll. And then I have a video scheduled for this Friday. So that's 3 things within a week. And I'm already like, man, I want to get this out soon. So I don't know what's going on, but it feels like so much time has gone by. Sketchy Spinny. How about that, huh? That's super sketch right there. Dude was like low res spinning when he teleported to me. But time's like moving in this really strange way. And I don't know why I'm saying that, but it's just, the excitement of being like, yeah, I really want to do this. Let's get this done. Let's do more stuff. And I'm like, dude, you just put out 2 things and you have another thing coming out Friday. So I don't know. Time is, what is it? What's the quote from Prince of Persia? Time is like a river as opposed to whatever it is. Time is like an ocean. I can't remember, but good news is I'm excited. Hopefully all you folks have been enjoying the stuff I've been putting out lately. If you're watching this in the future, hopefully you've enjoyed whatever it is you've been watching on the channel. But yeah, so we got this. We got the Tactics one probably coming out a week after this, and then Survival maybe a week after the Tactics one. We'll see. But I'm super stoked to continue to do stuff. But again, time's just moving in a really strange way for me. But either way, time wise, we still got, what do we got here? Oh, good. We still have 35 minutes left. We still got 35 minutes left of the run. And it's funny too, man. It's going to be funny because we aren't changing things too much, right? So a lot of, you know, what are the stuff that I like to talk about as we do long plays, it's like, hey, here's a thing. I'm changing this weapon for X reason, etc. But we're not going to see that. I mean, I'm going to upgrade my infantry grenade right there, and we're going to get another good dual stat. So this is what, stat 5, right? This will be our 5th good stat after we hit up that hit up the challenge rift. It's insane. It's insane. We're going to be walking into, I think we go on a concierge with 18. If I'm doing my math right. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we go in there with 18, which is extravagant. We're living in the lap of luxury over here, my friends. We're balling, right? We are balling, right? Oh man, so this has been a pretty decent ossuary. So we already got 85 kills. That's quite good. That's quite good. So even though we already got all these good scrolls, I am not upset to see a health scroll, right? So getting that extra 70% health only pushes us up to 2,300. So that is not a lot. That is not a lot. You know, when you come through here, you're probably, I don't know, what are we seeing? Like 13, 3 and 3 maybe? Something like that. So this is very much skewed towards DPS and not towards health. So I was not super upset. I was not super upset to see that. And another thing, so we're doing full clears. We're doing full clears like we always do. Again, some of the stuff might get a little cut if there's like one enemy all the way on the other side of the map. You don't need to see me spend 2 minutes getting over there to kill a single Inquisitor. But part of the reason that we're doing this, here we go. It's my favorite thing in the world is I do not have the forge maxed out on this save file yet. I don't. So I'm gonna get every cell that I can. we're gonna pump the forge as much as we can. It's gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be a beautiful thing. And here we go. So I'm grabbing the off-color necklace there because we're going to the challenge rift. We want to have a little bit more HP, right? So we don't have a jump on the necklace I had. We don't get a jump on the necklace I just picked up, and we do get 2 jumps on that necklace there. So even though the HP is lower, I decided to take the double jumps because that's going to be more helpful here than a little bit more HP. And let's see, can we flawless this one as well? Here we go, down to the wire. Boom, look at that. We got ourselves another good challenge rift. Let's go, right? Let's do it. So I'm going to cycle back here. We're going to pick up that double stat amulet that I had, so that way we can continue to have an unnecessary amount of scrolls at this point in the game. 5 bonus scrolls is funny. And then we're going to clear out this last section. So again, we're not cutting out any combat. This is the last area. I chose to come down here because I had to come down here to fight Concierge anyways. I did not want to go to death. I think I might try to stay within the confines of just our normal routes. Because I know with the tactics run I didn't do any DLC. So coming into Black Bridge, so fighting Concierge here, there was nothing noteworthy in the corridor between Ossuary and here. So I'm going to throw my trap down. We're going to use the infantry grenade, and I'm going to start just doing some, again, look at that. Again, we got a lot of scrolls here, but just getting that third hit is so nice. That third hit on the twin daggers is so nice. It really is, right? And this is like one of the beauties of playing Dead Cells and of doing things is when you decide to, oh, that was a quick dodge. That was a quick dodge. When you decide to work within some sort of limitations, or you choose to use items that you don't normally use and really lean into them, right? So think of it as like being a student. Think of it as being a student of the game. Do I take a hit here? I feel like I might take a hit before this is over. Do we? We don't. We got ourselves a flawless. But being a student of the game, it sounds so funny, but it's true. It's like if you spend some time learning and you spend some time just doing like one thing, right? So what's my one thing here? I'm basically only going to use 2 weapons. And how does that work? How does it work in biomes? How does it work against the boss that I choose to fight? Here we go. Oh, So satisfactory. So satisfactory. How does it work against different enemy groups? There we go. So yeah, you can see there I can't select Vengeance. There you go. Using the cursor there to tell you what's up. So yeah, took Killer Instinct, which is going to give us some skill cooldown upon killing an enemy with a melee item. But yeah, just taking some time to be like, all right, here's Twin Daggers, right? That's the only main weapon that I've used so far. So in a normal run, quote unquote normal run, I probably would have changed my weapon, 3-4 times by now. I would have taken something out of a chest. I would have grabbed one of the legendaries from a boss room, whatever it is. But I obviously don't do that. And it's funny because Twin Daggers is one of the oldest weapons in the game. I'm pretty sure, I know it was in early access. I'm pretty sure it was in version 0.0, which was literally the very first release of Dead Cells, the very first early access patch or whatever you want to call it. So I know it's been around. What I'm trying to say is it's been around for a long time and I'm still learning about it. And it's not because I haven't used it. I've used it a bunch, and it's not because it's a crappy weapon or whatever. It's just like I'm saying, becoming a student of things that you may already be familiar with is, I don't know, it's helpful. It's helpful. So now when I see Twin Daggers again, I'm not going to be like, oh geez, I got to take this thing out of the tubes. I'm going to be like, all right, that's pretty good. That third hit's good. I enjoy the moveset. It's not bad. And pair it with whatever, right? The huge, pair it with combo, pair it with whatever, pair it with melee, pair it with whatever you want, and it's decent. And that reminds me of, I can't remember if I said this on the channel a while ago, but basically when I studied with my, it's funny, I don't think sensei is the right word, but I had like a yoga training experience. I think it was like 220 hours of training. I've been teaching, et cetera, but the person that I studied under, he told us this story about the importance of repetition and the importance of fundamentals, right? So the story is about a person who is doing calligraphy. So there's a student who wants to do calligraphy, which is, it's like it is a ancient style of handwriting. It's really beautiful. If you haven't seen it before, it's like a very, very good, it's very good looking. It's a good looking way to write. How's that? So he was telling us a story. It's like an allegory. It's not like a real thing that happened, but basically the story is that you had this person and they were studying calligraphy under this calligraphy master, and every day it was the same thing. Every day he showed up and the master sat down, and for however many hours a day, from sunrise to sunset, the calligraphy teacher, the master, showed this person how to write the number 1. And that was it. Over and over. You write the number 1, you write the number 1. And then the student said, when do I get to write number 2? And the calligraphy teacher was like, when we're ready, right? So the day after day, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. The dude perfects his ones. And then the teacher says, okay, now write 2. So the dude starts writing the number 2, and the teacher stops him and he says, okay, back to 1. So it's the idea that like the fundamentals and the idea of studying things that are there before all the other things are there can be helpful, right? So that is a very long and indirect way of me saying that using Twin Daggers sort of like opened my eyes a little bit to Twin Daggers, because I had no other choice, right? So this is the equivalent of me writing 1, 1, 1, 1, 1 over and over and over again. And then I'm ready to write number 2. I'm ready to write number 2, but I don't. So yeah, so there we go. There's something from the archives there. But anyways, becoming a student, it sounds so silly, right? We're just talking about a video game, right? This is just a game. It's something we do for fun. But there's a lot of depth here, right? So becoming a student of the game, studying things that are around, that are always around, like, it can't hurt. It can't hurt because you might get stuck. You might get stuck with the bad build, right? You might get stuck with some crappy weapons and you got to take something like Twin Daggers, and then you're like, oh, this is actually pretty decent. This is pretty decent because I used it X amount of time in X situations and I enjoyed my time with it. So I'm going to take it. There we go, from sensei to you. So so there we go. So Stilt was pretty clean, I think, overall. We got ourselves I'm pretty sure we got the kill door, but there was nothing there. We make our way into the Sepulcher. I grab another necklace. That's an invisibility necklace. I struggle with the door. Don't know how to open a door. So we got ourselves another invisibility necklace. I think it's funny because I think, oh, this is very funny here. I'm pretty sure that even though I have the necklace, I don't really use it that often. Like, I don't purposely use it. This part's great. Ready? And fall. Oh, that could have been so bad, right? That could have been so bad, especially since my health is pretty low here. But yeah, I don't really think that I use that amulet the way it should. I'm looking at it, I'm like, yeah, man, this is great. We're going to have our invisibility. We're going to be able to sneak through the biome. But watch me not sneak through the biome at all. I don't take my time. Unless there's like an elite and I'm waiting for something to spawn. I don't think I actually use it. So we got the curse. So I should have mentioned this. So we got the curse at the beginning of the level. I chose not to take it. I wanted to poke around some of the other paths here, and we went through, or I should say we walked by the 3 boss cell door. That door always has enemies in it. So no matter what, I don't open that door when I first come by it. I save it. I save it for later. Do we upgrade here? What do we got? I don't think we do. Yeah, so I don't do it. I think we got poison. There we go. Yeah, so we got poison on the sinew slicer, so I'm not going to upgrade. That extra plus 80% of poison is going to be more important than any, pretty much any other upgrade that we're going to see. Bump from 8 to 9. It's not worth it. So we get that 3 door. So I thought maybe I don't. I was going to say I thought that I would go in there to kill the enemies because I always leave those, but perhaps I don't. I think I might be taking a peek down here just to see what we got. Yep, there's spikes here, and I'm like, nope. No way. No thanks. So now we're going to go back to the 3 boss cell door. There it is. And we're going to come in here. We're going to fight some enemies. We're going to clear this curse out, and I don't think we grab anything here, but let's see. So I think that this might be another hairy curse. Let's see, what do we got here? We got Inquisitors, we get a couple bats. Maybe not. No, this one's super easy. Super easy. So there's a tip. If you're playing on 3BC, leave the door until the end. If you're playing on 4BC, leave both the 3 boss cell and 4 boss cell doors down. Just in case you get a second curse, just in case you get stuck. Because one of the worst feelings is when you're going through the map at the end of the biome, you're looking for all the little skulls. You're counting. How many do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, we only have 7. We only have 7 skulls on the map, and I'm cursed, and I have to go into whatever. I gotta go into Timekeeper. I gotta go into Hand of the King. I gotta go. God forbid you gotta go into Scarecrow or something like that, right? So at least in this level, you can leave those without really needing to hunt, without really needing to curse hunt. So it alleviates that sensation of, oh crap. Right? And look at this. Here we go. Good scroll number 6. So what do we have? We got 3. Yeah, I'm doing like a little dance, and I'm like, man, you gotta keep moving, dude. You're gonna get hit by the darkness. You're gonna get hit by the darkness. So I think that's what is that our 6th? Here we go. So here's what I'm gonna grab. Finally, I'm gonna grab Balance Blade. We're gonna switch them around. But I think that's our 6th good stat. I think we got 3 duels and 3 challenge rifts so far. We didn't get any additional curses, which is fine. So this is funny here. So I grabbed the Balance Blade, but now keep in mind, this whole run, I've had that shield, right? So my muscle memory is my second attack. So where the twin daggers are, my muscle memory is that's a shield. So you'll see there, I tried to parry, didn't work out. And I think it takes me another couple of big hits to actually settle in, being like, oh yeah, you got to use the Balance Blade. No shield anymore. And I think we're getting close to the part where YOLO pops. I think it might be, yeah, so we're taking some damage here. I think this might be it, or close to it. But yeah, so taking some extra hits because my muscle memory is like, all right, dude, you had the shield. And even though I shouldn't have, I had the shield. And we're going to see, I think this might be it. There it is. Boom. So no parrying. At that point, I'm just saying, oh man, this run's too good. So I'm going to grab that up to 40%. And this is beautiful. I think I'm going to heal. Dude, I should have healed. Why am I not healing? Come on, DG, please heal. Please heal. Again, don't worry, we're gonna make it through, obviously, but so at this point, I think I got the good food. I'm at 40% health, so the flask will recover 60% of your health. So if I heal, or I should say when I heal, I'm going to get 60% back, which is going to push me to 100%. So if you're in a situation where you're taking some damage, you're losing your health, and you're kind of like, all right, well, look at that little group, huh? Yeah, little tribe of trackers there. If you're at a point you're like, hey, should I heal? Is this something that I should do? How much health do I have, etc., etc.? If you have 40% or less, it's probably a good idea to heal. And of course, you know, if you just want to heal in general, like, don't let me stop you. You know, obviously, I think I mentioned in one of my last videos, doesn't matter. If you need to heal, just heal. But from a mathematical perspective, you're going to get the most out of your flask if you heal at 40% or less. Because if you have... oh, that's close. Those box elites can be tough because those boxes spawn as soon as they aggro. Happens as soon as they aggro, so I almost got tagged. I mean, the good news is that it does take a second or so for that hitbox to actually be active from the box, so man, that was close. That was close. But mathematically speaking, right, if you have 30% and you heal, you're going to get up to 90%, right? 30 plus 60, we get 90. Real quick, this lore room always has big food in it. If you're on 5BC, it's always Malaise, but otherwise it's good big food. I decided to eat it instead of heal. Wow, there we go. But mathematically speaking, like I said, if you're 40 or below, you're going to get the most out of it. Because if you heal, let's say you're at 65% and you decide to chug a flask, you're only getting 35% there. So you're technically losing 25% of your healing potential if you heal at a higher HP percentage than if you waited. And again, if you got to heal, just heal, right? If you're getting knocked around, you have 50% health and you don't feel great, just heal. Doesn't matter. But I'm just saying from a mathematical perspective, that's how you can get the most healing efficiency, right? All right, so we made it out of Sepulcher. We got 66 kills, even though we lost YOLO and took a couple of hits. We're going to check in the 60 here because I kept it in. There must be something I take. Yep, so we're bouncing up. So we're going from a 7 to a 12 infantry grenade. Another one, talking about studying the basics. Infantry grenade's not as bad as I thought. Since I forced myself to use it basically the whole run, I got some good usage out of it here. So I'm going to upgrade. Oh, wow, Balance Blade, we're upgrading. So what do we got? We got Toxic Cloud. I think I'm rolling here for poison, maybe. There we go. So we got Toxic Cloud around the trap. We got plus 80 to poison. Keeping Killer Instinct in combo. I probably should have taken Vengeance instead. Since I took YOLO, we have the slot filled up. I guess we should call it Yolt. I can't remember if I said that earlier or not. Look at this. Immediately taking damage, right? Yikes. Call it Yolt, right? Instead of you only live once, you only live twice. So that's what the brown one is. The red one's YOLO, the brown one's Yolt. But yeah, we took a couple of big hits right off the bat. So Giant's usually one of the easier bosses to flawless. Look at that. We took a couple of hits. He's slamming down here. I remember playing this piece like, oh man, please don't lose to the Giant. And we don't, but that was not a pretty fight. That was an ugly fight. We made it through. I think we might get an additional scroll, an additional stat here. We do. And hey, look at this. Look at this. What do we got here? Who's this guy? Who's this guy? Look at these threads, huh? Wow, look at that. Go home and put that outfit on. It's probably going to look super sick. So there we go. So we had not a great Giant fight, but I chose to go to High Peak Castle because of the Forge, of course. If you go straight from Giant to Hand of the King, there's no Forge. There's no Forge between the two, so you're going to be missing out if you're trying to fill the Forge. So I've made that mistake many times on new save files, so don't do that. If you want to fill the Forge, come here. And then I'm going to High Peak Castle. I don't want to do Distillery. I don't want to go Dracula's Castle, so I come into Cursed High Peak Castle. So we got two. Again, here we go. So I'm going to be popping that infantry grenade there. I think I take a little bit of damage here. Popping that infantry grenade in order to get the Sore Loser out of the way without taking a curse. It's beautiful. Again, shout out to my man Daniel for somehow figuring that out. He somehow figured that out, and it's been something I use almost every time I'm in a curse biome. So I usually have some kind of grenade, or if If I'm in a cursed biome, I'll hunt one down, right? Hunt down a cluster grenade or a fire or a infantry grenade or whatever it is. There we go. Do it again. Do it again. So we're in Cursed High Peak Castle. So this is not, it's not something I really enjoy. You know, getting a cursed biome this late in the game is, especially when you're, obviously, we're always trying to go for a win, but, you know, especially with the video like this or a really good run that you're playing, you know, you want to get that win, I feel like, even more than usual. So coming into a cursed biome towards the end is not great because, as a bunch of you know, again, I'm going to recycle that because that's more of a tactics thing there. As most of you know, like, you can get cursed immediately. You might just be walking around and then all of a sudden you're cursed. There you go. Nope. I hit them with the never mind, I hit them with the grenade. But all of a sudden you're cursed. And I have personally I've had a handful, more than a handful. I've had a couple of handfuls of death where basically, like, I don't even know I get cursed, and next thing you know, my game's over and I have to record the footage. I got to go back and look at it, and I don't even realize I'm cursed. It happens so quick. So finding a cursed biome, you know, distillery, shipwreck, high peak, whatever, doesn't feel great. And another thing too, specifically for high peak, is those bonus rooms, or I should say the key rooms. Those can have cursed enemies too. So if you there, look at this bonus stat number 7. We get 32 scrolls in High Peak Castle. I still think there's 2 more. I still think we have 2 more to pick up. But there can be cursed enemies inside the key rooms, right? So if you're coming through and you're like, oh, hey, I forgot the blue key, you might hit a cursor and leave here with 4 curse. And again, like that awful feeling of just being like, man, let me count the skulls. Oh, wait, there's nothing. It's not a good feeling. So, but we decide to do it anyways. And, you know, part of it too is I do not have Queen in the Sea DLC unlocked on this save file, or I should say it's not available. It's such a, well, it's not really a petty thing. It goes along with the theme here, but once you beat the, what is it, the elite armored shrimp or whatever it is, to get the key that allows you into Queen of the Sea, a leg hugger pops out. Oh, look at that, huh? Immediate heal. Look at that. Brutal. A leg hugger pops out, and when the leg hugger becomes, when it pops out, it immediately hits your inventory and immediately hits the unlock pool. So I did not want to do that, since that goes against the what I was trying to do with the save file here. So that's why I don't have Queen in the Sea. But anyways, I didn't want to do the Queen in the Sea. I didn't want to do Dracula's Castle like I was saying or whatever. So we decided to come here. I think I'm going to do the same thing. We'll just get a little grenade out. And you don't have to kill those things, right? They follow you around. I feel like they're there just for more for like incidental, right? So there's a good chance that if you're fighting other enemies, you could accidentally put a trap down and it would take the sore loser out, and then the next thing you know, you're done. But you don't have to kill them. They just follow you around. They bounce right in front of you like we saw there. They don't do any damage to you, so you don't need to kill them. So if you're looking at the map and there's only one of those left and that's the last enemy, just leave it alone. Unless you get a grenade, just leave it alone. And what do we got? So we got 2 out of 3 keys here. So we're getting close to finishing up here. There's going to be another scroll at the very end. That's why I like to take the 3 keys. You get some items at the very end of the biome. You get that extra scroll. So we're leaving here with at least 33. I can't remember if it's 34. I haven't been counting scrolls, so I'm not sure if there's anything else that we're going to get. And here we go. This is rough. So I'm getting pulled in. I get stunned. And then I end up taking damage from the spinner there, whatever it is. So that's rough. So I'm sitting here, I'm like, do I want to heal? And I do, right? So we got 1, that's our last flask. And that's the other thing too. So you probably noticed I looked at that menu real quick when we went through the collector's menu. I only have 3 flasks because you need to unlock more items in order for the 4th flask to be available. I don't want to do that, right? Oh, we got ourselves this demon strength. Yeah, we got ourselves a nice cursed blueprint there. I don't want to do that because I would have to unlock something else. And again, I know I've said it a few times, but we don't want to throw anything else in the item pool here. So I am stuck with only 3 flasks. I'm thinking about my options here, right? So again, YOLO already popped. I don't have disengagement. So I'm thinking to myself, when I took that moment, I was like, all right, what's the play here, right? Because obviously we're going to Hand of the King if we make it out of here. Do I want to save the flask until later or not? I'm pretty sure my thought process was similar to the math that we talked about. I had whatever it was, I had 30 something percent. It just didn't matter. Didn't matter. I thought I already got the good food here. So I just said, let's just drink, forget it. And I take that necklace because it has a little bit more health. So we're going to look at this balance blade, right? Are we going to look at it? I don't think I take it. Do I? Ooh, I do take it. All right, so we go with the level 12. We lose the poison synergy. I might try to roll that back on. Maybe that was the move there. We're gonna find out. Hopefully, we're gonna find out between biomes. We'll take a quick peek. And we got another health scroll here. There we go. So we're coming up to 11,000 almost. Yeah, we're looking at 11,000. And then here, I back out so quick. So this is the exact same tile generation as the one where I just got sucked in. So, and the tornado enemy was in the same exact spot, and I looked at that and I noped right out. Like, I'm not dealing with that. I'm not dealing with that again. I don't have any more flasks. I don't have anything to back up on. Again, I think I already got the good food. I got the malaise food, so I was just like, I don't want to deal with it. And there it is. So we're heading out of here. We got all 3 keys. We don't get an extra scroll from the scroll fragments, unfortunately. We're going to recycle this stuff here, and we're going to head to Hand of the King with 34 scrolls. So that ain't nothing to shake a stick at. Whatever the phrase is, right? That's pretty good. 34 scrolls going into Hand of the King is pretty good. So I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure here we're going to roll Vengeance, and I might take a look at those affixes. Am I going to try it? There it is. Oh, so perfect. Look at that. So we got Bleeding and Poison. I roll Poison on the Infantry Grenade. We're doing great. We're doing great, right? So because the Sinew Slicer has Toxic Cloud, we're immediately getting 140% extra damage on that Balance Blade when the Cloud and the Sinew Slicer are hopping at the same time. That's amazing. That is best case. That's best case because those are the only 2 statuses we really have. And look at that. Doing good work. Good work, right? And there it is. I take a dumb hit. I take a dumb hit. So I think that's the only hit. I think that's the only hit that I actually take. I'm pretty sure the rest of this fight goes quite fast right here, right? Yeah, I think it goes pretty fast. And that's the other thing. So when I was playing, I forgot to slow down. So this part of the video is going to be in half speed so I can give the 5BC spoiler warning. We're going to be heading into the 5BC biome. If you don't want to be spoiled, now is a good time to duck out. Thank you so much for watching if you made it this far. If you don't mind 5BC spoilers, you've been here before, let's go. There we go. And look at that. There isn't even a transition biome. There isn't even a transition there. All right, so we made it. We made it through Hand of the King. Again, we took one dumb hit there, and now we're into the spoiler biome. So I don't think... How much time do we got here? We got 9 minutes here. I don't think that I actually edit anything out here. This biome's actually pretty dense as far as enemy stuff. There's not a lot of wasted space between all these generations here, so I don't think I edited much or anything out here. But we have, of course, we have a successful spoiler biome. But oh my God! So one of the most perfect things that has ever, I'm not being sarcastic, one of the most perfect things that has ever happened to me in a Dead Cells run happens in this run. I will point it out when it happens. It was unbelievable. It was like the universe was like, hey man, you need something? Here you go. You'll see when we get there. So we hit the food shop. I'm going to pick up a flask. We're good, right? I should have also, there we go. I was going to say I should have also bought the big food there, which I do. So we're not in horrible shape. We're not in horrible shape. So we have one flask here. We have full health. We haven't touched any of the food yet, good or bad. And we get a malaise scroll. And we get a health scroll. That's really funny. That's how bad these dual stats are. They're malaise. No, I'm just kidding. So we get ourselves a health scroll. I think that might be the last. I don't think we get any more brutality scrolls from here on in. 34 is still really good. 34 is super good. Super good. But we're making our way through here. We have one of the keys that's going to get us in. We have the key that's going to get us into the tower. I think that's the one. And then we get the one that we need to use to unlock the top. But again, this is nothing to really cut here. As you've seen, you know, these enemies are pretty much everywhere, right? And then I'm going to try to roll through here. I'm going to use the wall here to get the librarian out of the way. If you run into a wall, it will do just what it did there, where you saw it kind of like get stuck almost. So I do that there. I roll pretty well between the what do you call them? Failed experiment and that. And then I think I'm gonna, yep, same thing here. You can't do it when you're leaning, but there you go. See how he kind of goes out of the hitbox there, whatever it is. And we drop a turkey. We drop a turkey. Be mindful of that turkey. And we're still cruising. We're cruising. What other things can I say that I always say? Here we go. Boom is another one. We're cruising. We're rolling. But this is so far this has been a really consistent astrolab, which is a relief. Because again, you know, I really wanted to make sure that we got this thing done, and we did. But at this point, you're just like, man, I really don't want to lose. I don't want to blow the run. If you've seen, there's been a couple long plays that have not gone well. I've kept them up on the channel. If you've seen some of my streams, I've choked at the last boss. Like, it's, you know, there's still the aura of unsettledness. It's still unsettling, especially, like I said, you know, we're using all these basic items, so not having the additional DPS from support. That dude just got dropped. And I'm waiting for the enemy killed. There it is. I was waiting for it, but he ended up falling so far that it took like an extra few seconds for that to happen, which is really funny. And I'm pretty sure I take the long road down there. Another dude gets dropped. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I take the express route to get down to that amulet. There we go. But yeah, I don't lose a run, but at this point I'm like, oh man. So here we go. I think this is it, right? Here, yeah, this is perfect. So I'm looking down here. There's a bomber. I'm like, oh, I'm going to hit this bomber. Wait a second. Right? Boom. I missed the platform. And then the game says, hey man, you just took some damage. Would you like some food? The fact that dropped there, and the fact that the game put me back up there, is one of the most perfect things. Literally one of the most perfect things that I've ever seen in one of my Dead Cells runs. It's unbelievable. So there we go. And now we got both of the keys. So we cleared the level out. Again, didn't add anything out here. No need to. And we're going to head down the outside of the tower. We do not get a 60 kill. Or I should say we don't get the 60 door, unfortunately, because I did take that hilariously perfect hit when I was going down the when I tried to engage with that bomber. What is it, like Dead Cells tip number 2? Don't slam that much, right? I guess that's a good way to put it. Don't slam in the sewers, don't slam in ancient sewers, and don't slam in the astrolab, because you never know what is or is not underneath you. But man, that was perfect. So we're not going to get the 60 here. We only got 20 kills. I'm fairly certain there are not 40 enemies inside this tower. So we're not going to get the door, but I feel like it doesn't matter, right? Because as far as brutality things go, the only thing that we would do is we'd either replace, oh man, that sucks. We'd either replace our balance blade, or we would replace our twin daggers. Because again, I think there are there's 4 options, right? Throwing knives, firebrands, balance blade, and twin daggers, I'm pretty sure. And since we're not using the ranged ones, all I would have done is replace something that I have, so it's not that big of a deal. And I think because I bought the balance blade in the cursed High Peak Castle, I'm pretty sure it's a level 12. For some really weird reason, the gear level that you get in the Astrolab at the shops is level 12. If you flawless the biome, or excuse me, if you get your kill door, the gear level inside is level 10. So it's like, welcome to the last biome in the game. There's a ton of elites. There's a ton of stuff going on. Here's your door. By the way, it is not as good as what you just saw. I feel like it should be the opposite. I feel like you should get level 12 stuff, because if you get the... Oh, I almost got tagged there. If you get the bonus door after the cavern, which has level 12 gear, the inside of the 60 door has level 12 gear. Anyway, so we're coming to the end here, so I'm going to take a quick peek here. Poison, toxic cloud. I'm just going to roll. I'm going to keep my mutations, and we're making our way to the 5BC boss. So this is the final spoiler. If you haven't seen this boss, good time to dip out. Thanks for watching. Otherwise, we're going to roll. Do I slow it down here? I don't. Let's go. My next, the next video is gonna have better spoiler warnings. I promise. I promise. Right. All right. So we're rolling. So we're making it into the collector fight. As you can see from the timestamps, this is going to be fairly quick. I'm going to throw my sinew slicer down. We're going to use the infantry grenade. I'm going to hop up the wall here and avoid his thrusts there, the horizontal syringe attacks, and going to roll through. There we go. Use the wall. If you don't have a shield, you can use the wall. You can roll through his syringe attack there. And we're going to get him to drink. Right, so here's his first drink. Look at that, damage is quite good, and we're gonna go into the second room. So unfortunately, we didn't get two sips in that first room. We only got one, but I think we might end up getting two here, right? So he's gonna pop one here. I'm gonna lean in. We're gonna lean in. We're gonna keep attacking, and then there it is, right? So we get 3 down. We're making it into the final room here, the final phase. He's gonna scoot on up. I'm gonna do the same thing. We're gonna throw the trap down. We're gonna start swinging. And then everybody's least favorite attack. This has killed me on stream and in video so many times, but we got it. Again, similar to the first room, we're going to jump and roll. He could do anywhere between 3 and 5 of those, so you don't know until it happens. And there it is. We roll through and we get ourselves a flawless victory, flawless collector using only the default brutality items that we have. So I didn't really use twin daggers that much, so it was basically sinew slicer, infantry grenade, and balance blade. So there we go. So we made it through. So this is video 1 of 3. So brutality done. Brutality done. Hopefully this was fun. Again, if you want to just leave a quick comment if you are interested, just to let me know if you think the uncut long plays are better, or if having something like this where I cut out loading screens and unnecessary stuff is helpful too. Just let me know. Let me know, and I'll keep that in mind. So again, thanks for hanging in. Thanks for watching. I hope this was enjoyable. I hope it was helpful. Hope it was not, hope you learned something there. If you're practicing your calligraphy, I hope you're just doing 1 1 1 over and over again. Get those fundamentals down, right? All right. So as always, thanks for watching, and good luck out there.